Welcome back, everybody, and it's Ty, and I'm back with another video. And I just wanted to talk a little bit about CRT displays and video games from the 80s and early 90s. And I drug some of these things out. I don't usually have these set up and running, but I figured I'd pull them out and do a little video on them. So what you're seeing right here at the top is a Commodore 1702, which makes me think of Star Trek. I think there's also a monitor, a 1701 monitor, which obviously they're Star Trek fans, whoever made this monitor. And talk about that monitor and this Panasonic C1920M monitor. This one was designed to go with the Commodore 64 computer, obviously, and was used a lot in video games. This one allows composite video and basically S video through two separate connectors. Let me see. I have to look and see what it's called. Is it hue and chroma? Luma and chroma, which is okay. Brightness and color. Um, so this is what I want to talk about here. So first, you have this one at the top here, and this one allows a higher quality input of video on it. And this one below is just composite video. This Panasonic CT1920M was designed for television production. You can see it stacks. It can be used for other things too. You could use it for surveillance, like systems and stuff like that. But it's a color monitor. So let's first talk about this Commodore monitor here. Let's try to get this to get the colors right. Okay, so I'm going to take this out of the stand right now because we're getting... There we go. Okay, so what's nice about this monitor is that it is generally a pretty decent monitor. You'll see here that it just needs to get that brightness right. It's pretty decent. This one here could use a little focus adjustment on it, and probably some brightness adjustments, but I haven't changed anything. This is just the way I pulled it out right now. And it looks, it's really, the camera's not capturing. It looks pretty good. You'll see a little bit of red dot crawl on the right, but that is the result of a composite video. And even with S video, you're going to get that as well. But this looks pretty decent. And be honest with you, it's nice. The good thing about this is you can actually set it on its side. Same with this one. These can be turned on their side because they're square boxes. Although there's not a lot of games that support Tighe mode. There's a PlayStation Namco Museum you could do it in. I don't know if any others. There probably are some as well. So let's just switch. Well, I'll put the stand back on. And I'll play this just for a second, just to kind of give you an idea. I mean, you're not going to really see anything interesting here, but it's got decent audio. Oop. It's hard to play standing to the side here. I'm screwed. Okay. Alright, so just going to pause this. I'm going to switch the inputs over from this monitor over to the Panasonic. And let's see. So this one has DNC connectors for the video and standard RCA connector for the audio. So we watch this one boot up here, come up on here. So again, I need to adjust this one. It looks black, gray to you, but it's actually pretty decent. Okay. So let's turn down the... All right, there we go. It was a little over bright. And actually, I actually think this looks better than the Commodore, but the Commodore hasn't had any brightness adjustments on it, or focus adjustment on it. And that's the one thing I gotta say about this monitor. So with this one, I could easily adjust the focus, the vertical height, all the adjustments. There's a bunch on the front and on the back. Here, you'll see there is holes for adjusting the vertical height. Let's see here. Well, it's all easily serviceable. I think the vertical height and the sub bright. And what's also nice is that this whole back panel here, through these screws here, you just loosen them and the whole panel comes off the back, easily serviceable. I mean, it's super easy to work on this monitor. This one is a little harder because You know, it's got the molded plastic back, but you can service this one as well pretty easily. And at some point, I'm going to do some adjustments on it. So the reason I'm actually doing this video in one point is that there's a lot of focus nowadays on getting like the best quality picture of the game as possible. And so I'm just booting up Bloodlines here. Now this is using the HD Retrovision cables right now. And this is component video from the Genesis going in. And this monitor has got a pretty high definition tube, meaning that the tube has more lines of resolution on it. And so you'll see these scan lines that are showing up when you get in close, as you can see right there. So it looks that, I mean, if you like that scanline effect, it's pretty nice. But let's switch over to this TV. But the point is like games like Super Mario Brothers. Actually, I'm gonna stay on this game right here. I'm gonna put Super Mario Brothers in the other one. I'm not really getting to the point here. Let me see if this one's clean enough to use. I didn't clean the cart at all, so. I'm just trying to think of a good game that is a good example of this. I had to clean this cartridge. Let's do a quick clean on this. And this is the stuff you want your cartridge to work forever. Basically, this wasn't my cartridge originally. It just kind of came in a group buy, a bulk buy that I got. Mine was Duck Hunt and Mario Brothers, which is actually there. I just see it says James Effner. I need to clean that off. Ready then? Basically, I just put some on the pins with this. And we insert it a few times. There we go. Woo, that tint's off. So the interesting thing about Super Mario Brothers is that brighten this up a little. There we go. So that looks really good, but the thing you can't see it. There we go. The thing about these games, these early Nintendo games, is when you're playing them, there's a little bit of I don't know if I say imagination to have on them, or I think developers actually didn't want you seeing individual pixels, or they didn't really even expect you. They wanted to see the blur, things kind of rounded. And so when you're playing them on those high definition screens and stuff, you're not really kind of getting that authentic experience if you're looking for that. So one of these CRTs is actually probably, I think, one of the better ways to play a game like this. Let's see here. Any comments? I don't think so. Okay. No comments. So basically what I'm trying to get at here is that, you know, you keep pushing the quality of the image and stuff. You're kind of not seeing it the way it was intended. I think some of the later games, like if you're talking the Genesis games, you know, it doesn't bother me as much. But playing Nintendo games with a super crisp, you see individual pixels, it just doesn't seem authentic to me. So a nice CRT is actually the good way to go. And these CRTs are actually really nice. I got this monitor plus a 3DO and 50 games for $35, I believe. And can you beat a deal like that? I mean, that's a ridiculous deal. I mean, it's ridiculous. So I thought it's a great buy. So I just wanted to show this to you. Keep your eye out for monitors like this. These are good things to play on. I like the 19-inch better because even though it's maybe not as crisp as a picture as you can get on maybe the Commodore, it's a nice 13-inch tube. So it just looks good, I think. I mean, if anybody has any questions they want to ask me, just feel free to ask them as well. But yeah, so that's just kind of what I'm getting at here. I think, you know, LCD TVs are, or the you know, HD TVs are great for watching HD content, but these things were never designed to be displaying on HD TVs. And while you can make them look really crisp on an LCD TV, it may not be the way it was intended, I guess is the best way to say it. So, yeah, so this I love this Panasonic TV. I think it's really nice. And then of course I have this Toshiba over here, which is ridiculous because I got this one at Sears, um, discounted price because it was cracked in the corner. And I guess it's just a defect on it they did this, but if you come around here, you'll see that it's got component video inputs on it. Oh, I got it zoomed in. Pinch that out. Okay. So this is if you want to do component video on a TV set, this one's actually pretty good good for that. And I don't know what model this one is. Gotta be careful not to step on these cords. It doesn't say. You can see the plastic's crap all over this thing. But it's a great TV set, and I've got it screwed down to this table, so it's not going anywhere. So if you're worried about it falling off, it's not going. The whole table will move before it moves. It's got multiple brackets holding it down. All right, guys. Should I play a little Castlevania Bloodlines? Maybe I should. Let's try it here. Okay, so is anybody still manufacturing monitors and TVs? I think there might be one place that does, but, you know, effectively, they're no longer manufactured. And I think there's a lot of people who are afraid that there won't be CRTs in the future. And CRTs are easily fixable. And matter of fact, this Panasonic one here that I have is super serviceable. Oh, and let me tell you about this, since I'm doing it. This is the best Genesis controller out there, at least I feel. So it's a wireless infrared. Oh, and maybe bet you can see it too when I press the buttons. See it light up? Because it's a... Alright. So, and what's really cool about this one is on the Genesis, it has a unit that just fits right in it. So it works perfectly. Now, usually you'd be sitting across the room. Yeah, Delusion, your point is good that CRTs are not really fixable, but how often do CRTs go bad? They do get burned in, you know? But, you know, there's so many CRTs out there. If you know, stockpile a few of them, you're going to be good. I got a ton of them, you know, and I don't know. You know, how long are you going to be playing these games for? The rest of your life, maybe? I don't know. But you know, it's not like there's going to be a no CRTs ever again. And yeah, I've got a rejuvenator too. So Delusional just said you can also rejuve them, and that you could do to some extent as well. So at some point, when you have an 8K display, you could not emulate, but you could basically have a filter that looks just like a CRT by the time you're done. Has the same qualities of a CRT, because if you're at that high resolution, it's gonna look just like a CRT if you want it to look like one. Right now, the filters out there are kind of like not 100% accurate. They're just kind of emulating certain behaviors. I really want to get that skull up in the air. So see, I'm playing with this Genesis controller right now. And it's a Sega one. Made by Sega, I should say. I just have to keep it pointed downward. Should I check that wall? It's been so long since I played this game. Let's see if there's anything here. Nope. See that wall? You can obviously see. I'm doing terribly. Oh no. I got greedy. There you go. Castlevania is just about learning where to stand a lot of times, and we don't get that anymore. Oh, it was nice having that flame whip. There's nothing there. I love how the bags, when they fall, they're animated. It's a really cool effect. They don't just fall, they actually... Nothing this way, right? Yeah. Let's see. Family's doing fine, Conicles. I can't do it while there's... Okay. It's been that long since I played this game. Oh, I gotta keep pointing upward. Dang. Doing that, not pointing the controller down again. It's got to see it because it's infrared. Oh, I guess I can't stand on that. Okay. Yum. Nope. Am I missing something here? Oh. I'm an idiot, that's what. Ugh, that was stupid. Okay, I don't think I'm gonna keep playing this right now, just because I'm standing in a very awkward position playing this. Um, Anybody else want to talk about it or not? I guess I kind of covered the subject. I was just having a little fun today pulling this out, and I'm trying to just decide what I'm going to do with it. To be honest with you, um, and I've been going through the games, getting them organized, and still got a bunch of things left to do. I just got these bins here right now. I found this awesome Dragon's Fury poster yesterday in my video game magazines, which I went through almost all of them and have them now in magazine holders. Old EGMs, Nintendo Powers, game players, etc. But if you see here, my Saturn and 3DO games, a lot of them didn't have end labels. Mainly 3DO games just don't. The Saturn ones are because they're just in generic CD cases. I just got all these bins here I was doing using for organizing. You see right here. So basically, I just printed off a bunch of labels, so at least I can find the games pretty easily. Just with a label printer. I mean, I can make case art and stuff, but that would take forever to do. So I just want to get it taken care of, and if I can find a game, because it's fake anyway. It doesn't matter. I mean, maybe years from now when I have a lot of time and I can make, 70 plus cases, I'll do that. Because I also did it with a couple of Dreamcast ones, which were just plain cases, like over here. Yep. Okay, guys. That's it for Sunday. Nice talking to you, or just talking at you. And I'll do another video.